Hi, this is Brian Schiff with Functionally Fit. Today's column we're going to look at an exercise to improve thoracic spine mobility, specifically T-spine rotation. If you train any kind of athletes involved in rotational sports or overhead activity, you're going to want to address T-spine mobility and probably build some mobility work into programming. So this is a real simple way to educate clients on a home corrective they can do to work on a daily basis if they have an asymmetry or limitation. It can also be used in the gym as a movement prep prior to their training activity. So I'll start by showing you using a foam roller. You can also use some sort of a ball or some object that gives a tactile cue for feedback to the inner thigh. So we'll position the down leg in a straight position. I like to give them some head support to keep the cervical spine fairly neutral. And then we'll have them bring the roller in and flex up this top hip to about 90 degrees. We'll extend this bottom arm and we'll bring the top arm right on top and lay it here. So this is our start position. You next cue the client to push into the foam roller with the top leg, and then we're going to open up and we'll allow the eyes to trace the path of the arm so we get a good rotational movement. Pause and come back to the start. So again, the key thing you want to focus on is really pressing down into that roller and maintaining that locked position. Otherwise, what will happen is the leg will come off and the client may want to substitute and get motion from the hip, rolling back, or from the lumbar spine. Now, if you want to progress that, we'll try to lock this bottom leg in, pin it to the floor a little bit. The client has to be able to get in this position, but now I'm a little more secure to the floor and I can perform the same movement. It's going to really restrict any compensations I can get from below. And so that just locks in this lower segment in the lumbar spine a little bit more. So regardless of which type of movement you choose, whether you use a roller or the ball, or you can go to that kind of higher level progression, it's a great way to improve mobility. I'll typically advocate 5 to 10 repetitions, really focusing on quality movement. You want them to really hone in on the area you're trying to improve, and you can do that on both sides, obviously. Again, it's a great way to prime the body for movement and to offload the shoulder and the lumbar spine, areas that typically bear the brunt of overuse and injuries related to thoracic spine mobility.